Hello guys, my name is Mohammad Shahzad and I'm here with another lecture. Uh, as you know, we already started a series for the data center architect and design, and we are also covering the physical installation and the security points which we should consider before making a data center. And when we are implementing our plan, we should follow and stick to that points. So we should not leave any vulnerability or other things physical during the physical installation. So we will cover the topic, different topic, like we will cover in this our data center rack. Rack should be like that, then cabling, then access control. One by one, we will discuss this point. But before that, if you are new on my channel, I would like you to subscribe my channel. Just go in Google, in the YouTube, and just write my name, Shahzad Arshad, and 2000. You will find this one, and this is my channel. And if I go there, click on this, you will find my channel here. So there is a lot of good videos and other, all IT related. And being an IT professional, I made different videos. A lot of videos you will find Microsoft certifications. Some are in Urdu Hindi and some are in English. If you go in a playlist, you will find good ones here, like a cyber security, our video. So you can use that one, and you can see like security onion. We are making another good series in English. Kali Linux, you will find a lot of videos on that. So this is the like virtualization also there, and security on a 19 cybersecurity videos. So I have made these videos, different videos. So
Hey guys, real quick, let me give you a tip on
watch these
Udemy. It's
videos.
an amazing place where you can learn just about anything.
So this is my channel, and it's a lot of ads coming on that. Anyway, so this is the series we are making for last time. I have uploaded a video which is related to data center, the first lecture. And today we are going to make another lecture which is related to data center, which is physical and security. And after that, if somebody want to do jobs like in this field, I guarantee you can find a good jobs as a data center manager, or a lot of technicians also, they are doing that. And it's good for them also, because we are discussing physical and security installations today. It's not like a proper dig into it like an engineer or other stuff like professional levels. But today we'll focus on some points which is strictly very, you can say, recommended. So let's go move on to our first slide. Here is the data center rack. We should have a rack which is enough for our equipment, and it should be it should have doors from front and back, and in the doors we should have some access controls. So if you go to the first point, data center racks should be open from front and back, because it's easy when you are mounting your equipment like switches, servers. So you can hang from the front, and then on the back side you can do the cabling work. If they close from some of the racks, it's old fashioned now. I don't think so right now, I have a lot, but I saw some in the old offices. It's closed from the back side, which is very hard to do cablings. So make sure and choose the rack which is open from the both side. Even in the sideways also, you have trays, you can open that. And sideways also, it would be really good if it has a sideways to open, but it should be locked. There should be enough gap to between rack rows. We should have gap, so engineers and technicians can move in the back side and in the front side easily. So it's not mean like you're walking in a cave, going between the rocks and very less space to move front and back. So make sure there is appropriate space between two rows of the racks. Okay, third point is heavy equipment like core switches, storages, chassis should be hang from the bottom. It means like if you go into the rack and you wanna hang the equipment, make sure the heavy equipment like storages, big chassis, which 4 or 5 persons, or you need a lifter to hang into the rack. It should be all heavy weight equipment should be hanged to the down in the bottom, not on the top. So I'm talking about the rack top, or in the this one, the rack installation. If you see, there is a different use, like bigger racks are like 30U, 32U. More bigger racks are available, but if you start hanging the heavy equipment, you should consider the bottom space in the rack, so you can hang there. So fiber or RJ45 patch panels should be in the top of the rack. It's really great if you have a different rack for the patch panels and cable patch panels. But if you don't, then you should consider the space on the top of the rack for the patch panels and fiber patch panels and other. So it would be great. So let's go to the next point. Next point is data center rack cabling. So make the cabling like a professional way, so you can easily remove and plug in back into the patch panel or into the equipment, which is proper ways. So it should not be like a noodles hanging noodles in the plate, but you should consider the cabling in a professional design and professional way. Like you can see in the picture, we have in this picture, like the Cat6 cables, how it's coming to the patch panels, and there is a fiber cables. It's a different way, so it's properly dressed. So every cable should be tagged with the indication of the both hands. I will recommend that you should have tagging from the both hands, but some of these the cyber security consideration, if we go there, people's not putting the actual tag on the cable, and so if intruders came in, so they should not recognize the cable. It's going to which building and which way. So you should, if there is a strict to a cybersecurity, you should put coding, like if your building number is like 207, you should mention there some other things like dog rooms or something which is not rated, but you should have data or logs, so you can know this code is representing to which building. So these are but you should have a tagging on that, and all the training and other things should be given to your technicians who is installing and doing the cabling work. So fiber cables and Cat6 cables should not be bind together. So another point, the fiber cables should be bundled in a separate pipe, and the Cat6 should be in the separate. It should not be together bind with the cable tie or with the Velcro. So you should use 2 lines if you have one rack which is coming, there is coming some fiber cables and as well as some Cat6. So choose the right side for Cat6 and the left side for the fiber cables. So you can choose one side for the one type of cables. It would be great in the rack. Every cable should be tested with the standard pass results. So when you are installing a cables or using a patch panel, before pulling the cables into the trays, into the racks, you should test the cable. And if there is a longer cable which is already installed, it should also be tested with the proper recommended testing meters. So it should have a passing results, the percentage and everything. There is a lot of other companies providing the equipment to products, testing cable testers and other things. So should be pass and result should be there. Okay, let's go to the next point. Next point is rack access. So if the racks, there is too many racks coming with the biometrics and with the eye scans, but right now a lot of coming with the switches also, which is if you turn on if you open the door, it will generate an alert and alarm. So access control should be there in every rack. This is a consideration for regarding the security. And if someone open the rack, it should send alert and alarms to the control room that this rack number in this data center room is open. And every rack from front and back door should be monitored. So you should have CCTV cameras which is covering front view of the rack and back view. So you can know that which person is going to open the door and who was on the back side, who was on the front. So you have a proper recording and monitoring. So in the time of investigation, if something goes wrong, you can use that videos to check, to solve the solution, solve the problems and investigate. Number point, 4 number, if the door remains open accidentally, there's a programming things. I just put it there, but if somebody left somebody came inside the data center and he left the door open already, it should generate an alarm that this rack door should be closed or something. So this was the access control for the rack. Now we'll move into the room, data center room and AC, air conditions. So there should be a chilled airflow or water flow into the subfloor. So right now in the data center, people picking up like two foot or 2.5 feet. Above there is another floor, sorry, subfloor, and then they are installing the racks. And under the racks there is the open area. So racks have a direct, airflow, air conditioned flows from the bottom to top. So this is the recommended way. You put the chilled ACs, throwing the air from the down to up. And some of the modern data center, they are flowing water under the rack floors, but not usual. So second point is if air-conditioned air should flow down. Okay, we'll go move to the third point. Air conditioners should not be at the ceiling or wall. I will not recommend the small data centers. People use ACs and air conditions on the wall or on the top of the ceiling. I have experience with one of my project. There is they put the AC on the ceiling. When I went there and joined and saw their data center, there was a water leakage from the top, and it luckily goes to the less critical equipment. So don't put the AC on the ceiling or don't put the AC in the floor, because sometimes the water leakage of the air conditioner goes down direct to the racks and other equipments. So room temperature should be maintained between 18 to 12. So in the temperature meter should be there, and temperature alarm also should be there. There should be another alarm. I missed that one point. So we should have a temperature alarm and humidity alarm also should be considered into the data center. So should maximum 18 and the minimum 12. So it should not move above and down. Let's go to the data center room access. So we should have a proper door access control into the data center room, the doors. So if somebody want to go in, it should have a authority and should have a card or biometric or eye scans. So we should know and have keeping a record that who is going in, which time and what he did. So it should be there, and it should has a CCTV monitoring on the doors. So entrance door and exit door both ways, front, outside the data center and inside the data center should be focused. It should be in with the CCTV monitoring. We must have a cameras from the outside and from the downside, which is monitoring back to the doors. So it would be great if it is properly fixed front to the door. So if somebody enters to data center, so cameras could capture their face and things. So access control logs also should be recorded. Okay, slide number 7, and data center door dual access. So another Cybersecurity point in the data center, we should not consider a single entry. He can do anything wrong. I have experienced in one of my job uh, uh, place. They don't have this entry, and this they don't have these restrictions, so everybody can go into the data center. One guy, a newly hired engineer, he came in and then he tried to pull the server out from the rack, and he was trying to put some cards inside, PCI cards. When he bring it out, there accidentally the rail goes more outer, and that server goes on goes down on his top of him, and he was badly injured. And sometimes it's good also that intruder single person can do anything, but if you have an eyewitness, another person, it's really really great. You should have dual entry into the data center. Should not A single entry should not be allowed. So everyone can go. You can control it with the access control. If somebody punch a card, so door should not be open until the second card should not be punched. So must have a dual entry to the data center. And it would be great if somebody is coming, guest is coming, or some inspector is coming who don't know about the equipment and other things. He just want to visit a higher personality or something. There should be one guy familiar with the equipments, or supervisor should go with him. It's recommended if there is a third person can go, no problem, but the IT engineer or other supervisor who's handling the data center should go with him. So single entry should be banned. Another critical point. Another thing, full data center should be monitored 24/7 with the CCTV cameras. So you can monitor the alarms, and you can see what's happening into the data center. You can focus the cameras and other temperature things. You can monitor who is going in and who is coming out. CCTV is highly recommended to the data centers. Okay, viewpoint should be at the entrance door. We already discussed in our last slide that the CCTV cameras should be placed on the both doors, inside, outside, entrance and exit doors. Viewpoint should cover all the racks. Yes, when you're installing a CCTV cameras, it should it should not have a black spaces or black points. So the viewpoint should be on the all racks. Viewpoint should cover racks. This is a viewpoint I was making. Okay, viewpoint should cover rack doors, front end. Yes, as well as cameras installed for the all racks, and you should have cameras which cover the door of the racks from front and back, so you can know who opened the door and who closed. Let's go to the 9, which is our data center door rack logs. So we have a point that we have a CCTV cameras, we have a access controls, we have a door open, and we have a rack door opens. These 4-5 type of logs should be considered to go to the monitoring alarm station and monitoring station. The guy who is monitoring the data center should have received all the alerts. If somebody open a data center door, access control is punched, and that log should be there. Which name there should be mentioned names, and who entered the data center, and which time. So these kind of logs are easily available in all access control systems. So rack doors, there is a lot of racks also connected. There is a network points, it's connected and to the networks, network racks, their powers and all these things stuff nowadays have alert systems. So consider the rack which is giving these alerts. So log storage should be minimum 3 months. Different projects have their different criteria for keeping the logs, how long. So minimum should be there, recommended 3 months. You should have, if you want to see the last month's logs, you can open about the rack, about the who entered the data center. You should have data center access control logs should be recorded, and the rack opening closing logs should be recorded. So all these logs should be recorded, so you can have data to do the investigation if there is goes wrong. So thank you guys. This was the video. I was and some simple points, but it's very, very important points regarding the implementations and the security point of the data center. So next we will definitely go to the configurations and other things. Slow by slow we'll use how we connect the storage to the server switches, how we will connect to the storage switches, and how we'll connect chassis servers to the storage and server farm switches, and which place we should have a core switch. So next is purely engineering, but this point was, which is I have experience in my previous jobs. I was want to tell you that it should be considered in every project, some implementation when they are going to do. So okay, thank you for the watching. This is my channel. In the start I already told you, you can just search Shehzad Arshad 2000 and you will find a lot of stuff. There is almost 400 to 500 videos, cybersecurities and Cisco, like CCNA security, CCNA routing switching, and virtualization, VMware, Microsoft servers, Active Directories, backup servers, Exchange servers. A lot of videos in Urdu, Hindi, and English. VMware, VirtualBox, and other small stuff and big stuff also there. And cybersecurity, especially, there is videos regard to the Security Onion, which is a cybersecurity tool, very popular in the world right now, and very, very, very handful. And Kali Linux, definitely there is also Kali Linux videos on my channel. So thank you very much, take care, and hopefully you have enjoyed the video. If you have any question, just put in the comments. I will try to give the answer. Thank you very much.